Today, I have two 2026 Ford Super Duties. They're both trimmers. This is a Lariat, this is a Platinum. However, when you see the price difference, you might be a little shocked. Now, I borrowed these trucks from Ken Garff Ford here in West Valley, Utah. If you are in the market, ask for Ken, he can get you guys some special pricing. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker for the Lariat first, and then I'll show you guys the Platinum. Here's the description for the Lariat, plus a short listing of the standard features. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then down below, they got every single option on this truck. You guys see this? I'm not gonna call them out, so just be sure to pause to see more. But yeah, this truck has pretty much every single option, and it continues at the top because they ran out of space. So yeah, premium package there. Now, base price for this truck is $66,840. Destination is $25,995 for a total price of $99,295. So this is going to be the Platinum. This is a 250, but I am going to compare the pricing as if this is an F350, so just keep that in mind. Avalanche is a color, short listing of the standard features here. And as far as the options go, this also has the high output trimmer package, but you have like these onesie twosie options down below here. Base price for this truck is $78,665. Destination $25,995. This truck is $102,325. So when you consider a Platinum F350 base price, it's gonna be $79,965. If you subtract it from this Lariat starting price without any options on it, it's going to cost you an additional $13,124 to get the Platinum. In my humble opinion, I could see the value in skipping the Platinum because, as you guys know, you do get vegan leather with the Lariat, right? And you still get heated, ventilated seats, all that good stuff too. However, the way that these trucks are priced, if you want F350 over F250, it's going to cost you an additional $1,030. So when you consider the options of both of these trucks, pretending that this F250 is an F350, it's going to cost you an additional $4,060 to get the Platinum, or $103,355 versus the $99,295 I believe it was. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you start off at a higher starting price, but remember, Platinum does give you a lot of things standard. For example, on the front end, front parking sensors. If you want front parking sensors, that is an option on this Lariat. Comes standard on Platinum. As a matter of fact, blackout now comes standard on Platinum too. If you want black appearance on this truck, it will cost you an additional $4,000. Now, Ford does like to play with the numbers, right? If you get the blackout, if you get this package and that package, you'll see here, they give you some discounts. So they give you an additional $570 off on the Lariat Premium Black package of $550. So in the grand scheme of things, that's why this truck is so expensive, because you do have a lot of things that you have to add in order to get, whereas it would come standard on the Platinum. Now, it doesn't just stop there. As you get closer, I like the grille design better on this Platinum. They give you a little bit of satin treatment here on these horizontal lines. Now, there is some chrome here. I don't know why they couldn't figure out a way to get that blackout on this truck, but regardless, welcome to Manufacturers 101. They don't make sense sometimes. But look here. You guys see? Projector headlights, but not just projector. These are adaptive headlights too. So if you hook up to a trailer and the truck squats, the headlights will adjust. Now, these reflective style headlights work really well. Full LED, just like these, it's just reflective style. However, you have to adjust these down if you hook up to your trailer, because you're going to blind people. And these things are bright for sure. Fog lights down below, black recovery hooks, nothing really changes there. They both come standard with 360 camera, which is nice too. Now, obviously, when you get the trimmer package, boom, you get the shorter front air dam, which really makes the truck look so much better compared to this guy. That thing is huge for sure. And you get the more aggressive tires. But as far as it goes in my book, just the headlights alone would push me to go to the Platinum, especially if I have to have the Ultimate and Premium package on this truck, because those two packages give you a lot of nice features. Now, as we move on back, as I said, blackout does come standard on Platinum. It is an option on this truck here. Now, this one does have the high clearance steps. You can get these on the Platinum. However, oh yeah, you already have those. Now, I didn't mention, they do give you a discount for the trimmer with trailer tow for $570. So they do give you a little bit of discount on this truck too. I want to make that point as well. High output power stroke on both trucks. And as far as skid plates go, you get one for the transfer case and your fuel tank. By the way, you have a limited slip diff out front, rear locker out back. You can see those running boards a little bit better. You also have some puddle lights. You can see the cameras on the mirrors. Painted door handles on both sides. None of the trimming does change either. 34-gallon fuel tank. Now, because this truck does have, is it the high capacity? Is that on this truck here? Because this is the F350, right? Remember, Platinum is F350. Does it have high capacity? It does. High capacity trailering is no charge, so you do get the upgrade on the rear. And if you don't know, 355 comes standard with trimmer package trucks, locker out back. You do get a liner. Also, the truck 2 has one as well. And there's those trimmer badges, chrome tips. Now on this Lariat, they just give you like the stainless steel. But here's my biggest pet peeve. I know that some people think my lights aren't that big of a deal, but in my book they are. If you get a little closer on this truck, you guys can see this has the full LED taillights. No incandescent bulbs in here, versus you get the same taillights you see on the STX trucks, just as an FYI. Parking sensors come standard on both trucks. And by the way, your license plate lights are LED on that Platinum. They're incandescent here. Here's your spare tire, matching tire, trimmer tuned shocks, and come on. Oh, do I not have the key? There it is. So it was locked. But yeah, this does have the assisted tailgate. This step is an option. No power in the bed, which is kind of shocking at this price point, because it would probably put you over, yeah, it would put you over 100 grand if you get the Pro Power. So it's missing that option. Fifth wheel prep package. You guys see that sliding glass is an option on this truck, and that camera above the cab for the bed view is standard. All that stuff comes standard on this side. You guys saw the applique. I like it. It looks good. Adds a nice flare to the back. This is a power tailgate. That's just assisted. So you have to take your lazy butt over there and put it up. And Pro Power is an option on this truck too. It used to come standard, but you know, Ford is, you know, they're nitpicking on their trucks here. Now this truck doesn't have a spray in, so we have to deduct, obviously, or add, I should say, to the price of this truck here, because that truck did have the spray in. But yeah, nothing really changes. And as I said, yep, power liftgate. If you want to do that with your Lariat, guess what? You're gonna be here all day. It's a good workout though. Now let's just pretend for a second that you did not want the trimmer package and you were building a base Ford Lariat. Does four-wheel drive come standard still on Lariat? Let that simmer for a second. As a matter of fact, what engine comes standard on Lariat? Because I can tell you with confidence, Platinum has four-wheel drive standard, as well as the 7.3 liter gas engine. For that Lariat, Ford decided to make four-wheel drive an option again. Remember when they first introduced these trucks back in 2023, Lariat had four-wheel drive standard. Now, did the price go down on this truck when they decided to take away four-wheel drive? That's a good question, because I would have to go back through my videos and see if that's the case. But regardless of it, if you want four-wheel drive, it's going to cost you an additional $2,805. Yep, it's going to cost you that much more money. And if you want the 7.3, well, this comes standard with the 6.8 liter gas engine, and it has the 10R100 transmission behind it. So now you have to upgrade again. So now you're spending a lot more money for this Lariat, and you're closing the gap on the Platinum. Just saying. Let's go and check out the interiors. Now, I hope you guys don't think I'm beating up on the Lariat, because the Lariat is a really nice truck. Probably one of the best trims to buy. But the point is to show you, hey, before you just choose a truck, be sure to see just how close the price is when you start adding options. Now, this truck does have a 10-way seat. It also has the max recline, tilt headrest, no power steering column anymore. They took that away. And as I said, this is like a vegan leather. ActiveX is what they call it. Let's check out the door for the Platinum. That is really, really nice. And they do give you like this suede material here. And it does kind of dress down the interior, if I can be honest with you. But you have a lot of nice premium leather. This blue accent. And here's some of the trimming too. I dare say I like the Lariat a little bit better here. They do provide a Platinum badge. They don't give that to you on the Lariat. And the seats are just a little bit more premium. Max recline. Tilt headrest comes standard. And these seats will massage you. Both trucks have ventilated and heated seats. Also, you guys saw power steering column on this truck. They both have the power pedals, lighting controls. All that's going to pretty much stay the same. And let's see what the Lariat has right here. Shockingly, a little bit nicer on the Platinum. And as I said, power pedals. Both trucks have the leather wrap steering wheel. That heads up is an option, standard on the Platinum. Now, not much is going to change here. You do have a different cover for this on that Platinum. Wireless charger, dual climate control, heated, ventilated seat, heated steering wheel. All that comes standard on Platinum. And I think heated steering wheel might come a part of a package. So just do some research there. But let's check out your center armrest for both trucks. This is the Lariat versus... So you guys can see center console is a lot nicer. They get rid of the chrome and give you like this satin finish there. Here's the center console there, and just a nicer cover, I would say, with more of that satin. This is a little bit nicer on Platinum versus that Lariat here. This actually looks really nice too, by the way. But yeah, overall, both trucks definitely fit the bill for most people, and I completely did not catch this. I could have sworn this Platinum had a twin panel, but you have to add an additional $1,495. So I was wrong. I misled you guys a little bit on this video. I could have sworn this truck had a twin panel, and it didn't. But regardless of it, you guys see the black liner versus the lighter color roof. If you get like the, I forget what they call it, it's like the tan interior, it would give you a black headliner, but then you have the two-tone tan and black interior. Here's the back really quickly. Outboard heated seats. That is an option for Lariat. It does come standard on Platinum here. As I said, outboard heated seats come standard. So last thing we'll do is I'm gonna show you the numbers on the door. That way you guys have an idea of the payload. So this being a 3/4 ton, you guys see the gross vehicle weight rating and the axle ratings. Okay. Here's the payload, 3,011 pounds, 60 PSI for the front tires, 65 for the rear versus, you guys see the rear gross axle rating is 7,050 pounds, 5,600 pound rating for the front, 12,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Payload is 3,887 pounds. Tire pressure 60 out front, 75 in the rear. If this wasn't a trimmer F350, it'd be 80 psi in the rear. So this truck rides better simply because you can run a lower tire pressure in the rear too. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said earlier, I'm not beating up on a Lariat. I'm just saying, if you're going to be decking it out like this truck is, just go ahead and get a Platinum. I'm pretty sure on trucks like this, dealers will probably make a better deal on Lariats, because Platinums do tend to, I would say, carry more of a price tag in terms of like discounts. So they don't discount these as much as they would a Lariat. So, and there may be more incentives on Lariat because there's more inventory of Lariat out there. So just keep that in mind as well. But because the Lariat didn't have the Pro Power and this truck did, I would say the twin panel is not a big difference, but I thought this truck had a twin panel. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, I thought this was a pretty helpful video for someone out there looking to get their research started, and maybe this might help sway some people to either go with the Lariat and go with a little bit cheaper truck, or just step up to the Platinum and get everything they want without having to add a bunch of options to the truck. See you guys in the next video.